Hello, my friends. Amy with Campbell Creations, and today I am using GGC's treasure bag, and we're gonna make some bracelets. I'm kind of challenging myself this time around, so I have all of these ideas for bracelets with this collection, and as you see, I have a lot going on that we're about to talk about. But I'm gonna see how many of these I can make in an hour. So I have right out the gate 5 different bracelet ideas. And what I have out on my mat is pretty much everything I'm thinking about for the first 2 bracelets, and then we will go from there. I really want to at least get 3 of them done because they're super cool. I think you guys are going to like them. I want to wear them. I'm ready to get going. You ready to get going? Okay. Let's do this. So what I am using from GGC Treasure Bag, which my bag that I've received so far is roses and lavender. So I have my lemon, lime, and mint coming soon. Really excited about that. But from this one, we are going to be using the little rondelles that came in, these creamy light lavender rondelles. So those are going to be incorporated. We have the little 3mm pink beads here. They're faceted, they're beautiful, and I think these are going to be in every single bracelet I have in mind. I love them. I love them. I'm so glad that Gina gives us a ton of them because I'm going to use them all. I'm using out of the little triangle beads that we got. I'm pulling in the creamy pink and then that translucent pink. So I'm wanting those 2 in these bracelet combinations. I have some of the rose quartz 6mm beads out. I have a couple of the porcelain starfish. Aren't they so cute? I love these guys. I love these guys. One of my favorite things that came in the bag. These bicones, definitely pulling in these bicones. They pack a real punch in design and they are just universal, awesome, can't go wrong. The gold lined beads. These, love these. Those are going to be coming in here. I'm using little starfish charm. That's definitely going to happen. And the dolphins. Yep, having the dolphins. I think that's going to be in bracelet number 1. We're going to do bracelet number 1 using those. I have my extra charms up here. I'm not sure which of these I'm going to incorporate or if I'm going to incorporate them, but I wanted them to be available and accessible in case I wanted to. It also kind of helps me when I have them out like this. While I'm making something, I'm like, I keep kind of glancing up. Oh, I could do this with them, this with them. So looking forward to that. Besides that, from my stash, I have some seed beads. I have these little translucent AB coated seed beads. These are 11.0. I also have the purple ones that are translucent with AB, and those are 11.0 that I'm pulling in. I am pulling in a couple of my own charms. So this charm I think is just super fun. I thought it would go really good with a design, and so that's going to come in. And then I had forgotten I have these. I have like 4 of these and we're pulling one in. So this is not a charm, this is a bead. And this is going to be the focal on bracelet number 1. Love it, love it. I have some of my own bead caps. So these are really cool. These I got from a Facebook Marketplace bead haul, and they're just little bitty guys. They're like 4 to 6mm, and they're the little stars. And with those little pops that they have on there, I think it just goes beautifully with, looky here. Just works out really well, really well. So this is the top and this is the underneath. The star is the underneath. It just pulls out really well. I love it. I wanted to give a little extra pop in the silver, and so I brought out some of my baby bead caps here. I didn't say also from the collection we're using these awesome little rice beads. Love those. Those are super cool. Those really incorporate all of the different colors together, I think. Just really do. The clasps, we're pulling those in. I have some of the chain from the box here, and I have some pieces cut to see how we're wanting to use those. I have some of this other chain that's from my box, and this is just a little bitty, thin, dainty chain. Don't know for sure if we're using it, but I wanted it to be out just in case. And as another option, I went ahead and got out this because it's just cool. I don't know if I'm kind of thinking about, instead of using it as a chain, just popping off a couple links and using those as different kind of incorporations into the design. So let's see, what else am I missing? I have some wire, 20 gauge wire here in silver. I have these cut to, I believe, about 4.5 inches. Let's see. about 4 inches. And then I have 3 strands of beadalon, 7 strand in bronze color. Now I know we're not using bronze in this, but we're not going to see this, and it's thin because I'm wanting to incorporate also a double to single strand idea, and I need some thinner wire for that. Nothing that's going to be on it is going to be heavy anyway, so we are A-okay. I also did bring out some ball head pins. Okay, I have some dangles I have in mind, and I don't know if I want to make my own or if I wanted to utilize those, so I brought them out just in case. Just in case. So let's start with bracelet number 1. So what I have cut here is, this is, yeah, I was thinking about 6 inches here of the wire, and they're all the same size. And I'm going to be working with them kind of together. I'm going to start the focal of the first one, and then I'm going to incorporate the other 2 because I really want that mix and match to come into play. I want them to mesh really well. I don't want them crowding each other. And that's the best way for me to do that. Bead bugs. Yes, I've been really bad lately about not using my bead bugs, and one of our lovely subscribers brought to my attention that she didn't actually say it, but I think I'm giving her anxiety. She's waiting for my beads to just go tumbling all over the place, and she loves all the beads that I use, and it would make her sad. So I'm going to use bead bug to make sure we're good there, okay? All right, so on this first primary focal strand, I want to pull in my starfish bead. That is going to be the center here. And so from here, you see that one of the sides, it's over here in the little corner. And so I want something to fill that. And so I was thinking the best route to go with that is to just go ahead and use our seed beads here. And I have another bead in there that doesn't belong. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and put just one of these little seed beads in there. And it kind of fills it up a little bit. It gives it a little bit of something, and when it's tight, I think it's going to nestle up in there like that, you see. I think it's just going to nestle up in there. So I'm going to pop one of those on each side of our little starfish. And then from there, I want to, oh, my hematite spacers, right? I didn't tell you about them, so let me tell you. These are amazing. So these are little rainbow coated or rainbow hematite spacer discs, and they are faceted, so the bling, right, like, oh, just a little bit of movement. They're just little bitty guys, but they really do make a difference in a design for me. It just makes me so happy to use them. So I'm going to put them on each side here, and that's how we're going to get this series started. So we're going to give a little bit of a pop there. So we have our little seed beads, we have our little spacers, and then I want to go in with these beauties. So I'm going to pop one of those on each side. And usually when we're working with necklaces, we're doing this, right? We're working from the 2 sides instead of just going through. But because of the way I really want these 3 strands to be incorporated in with each other, we're going to be working from the center out. That's what we're going to be playing with here. So I'm going to put another hematite on each side of those. Kind of end that out. And these hematite are helping me too with not utilizing some of the bead caps because they have such a pop in themselves. So these rice beads I want to pull in. And instead of any bead caps on these little rice beads, these hematite on either side of them will really, give that extra factor to them. Gives that little extra something, something. So then I'm gonna bring some of these down. I need them a little closer to me. I like them. So I'm gonna put this on here and another hematite on this side. And once we get the center part of this one done, I'll start bringing in those other strands just to make sure that we are on point, on track. Okay, so from here, I'm wanting to go right back in so that on each side of our little rice bead, I'm gonna have our little pink 3mm guys. And then I'll put a hematite on the other side of it. So I'll go another pink bead. Don't disappear on me now, little holes. Don't disappear on me now. There he is. Okay, now before I go further from here, I want to pull in one of my other strands, okay, because I want to make sure, because this guy here is a little long, and so I don't want to go with anything heavy or thick on the bottom or top of it, because I don't want it to be crowded. I want it to remain the focal. I want it to be able to be seen well, but I don't want it to overtake these other strands. So on the next strand, what I'm thinking, and you know, I'm thinking for both of the strands, the best course is the center area is going to be some of our baby beads. That way they stay small, then I can go a little chunky thereafter. So on this one here, I think I'm wanting to do just these. So I want to do a seed bead followed by one of these pink little 3mm guys. And I'm going to do a few of these just to make up that same area as where our, well, bead cap, as where our little starfish is. So I'm thinking maybe another one. Let's see. And then I want to end with one of these. So on our distance, if this was in the center here, see, he would be taken, it's about the same width. So yep, that's about right. You see how I'm doing that? So that lets me know that I'm good there. And then on either side of this, I'm going to go ahead and do my hematite. And I really would have thought I would have gotten more hematite out than this. I'm thinking that we're going to use this and what we have right up here. So we can get some more out if we need it. Okay. And so since I'm staying thin in the center part of the second strand, I want to go a little chunkier over here just to give some pop to the strand again without overtaking anything that's my focal of the other strand. So I really like these bead caps here, really like them. But what I found in testing with them is that, I'll show you, whenever I put one of these bead caps on, because what I'm wanting to put it on is one of these bicones. Whenever I do that, he kind of floats a little bit. He sometimes doesn't want to set all the way on there, and I think he needs to be filled a little bit. So I was like, you know, I bet if I just put one of these in there, it would kind of fill that gap, make sure that he's not like sitting wrong, you know, like sideways or anything. It keeps him straight up against that bead. Keeps him straight, and I really like that. So that's what I'm wanting to do with these. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I don't think I'm going to put one on the other side now. I don't think so. No, what I think is because I'm wanting a series of 3 of these guys. And so maybe for that center part, I put in one of our baby bead caps. So if I cap that center one, it kind of gives the pop throughout that whole little series. So I'm going to do a baby bead cap, one of these bicones, baby bead cap. I'm going to pop back in with another one of these bicones, and then I will cap it at the end. So I'm going to do that hematite to fill that space. And then I'm going to jump in here with that baby bead, or with that bead cap. Beautiful. Beautiful. And look as I move this. These bicones, you guys, are awesome. And hey, Gina still has some bags that's available, so don't delay. I talked to her yesterday before I did my unboxing, and she still had some of both of the collection left, and so you better get on it. Those will fly out quick. They definitely will. But I was excited to be able to bring it to you guys and be like, hey, get in there and get your stuff. You better get it while it's there. Because I hear every single time I get these bags, you know, in the comments, like, oh, I went back and they were already gone. I'm like, I know, that's a bummer. I've been there, done that, y'all. I have been there, done that. So I'm just doing the same thing on this side here. Then I'll bead cap him. And then we'll finish out with that last one. Hematite to fill that gap. And then we'll bead cap him. So here's these 2 strands, the center portion of them, and I think that's just really cute. This is what I'm really going for. You see how it's just kind of offsetting each other. So let's go ahead before we move on with these. Let's go ahead and pull in our third strand and do that same section of the third strand so that we know we're good and in line. And then we will move on. So on the third strand, let me actually move this up. So if I move this up, as if that's the top strand and there's my center, how would we want to do this? Now, I still think I want that little series that's going to be in the middle here. Okay, so it's not overtaking him. So let's go ahead and start with that. Okay, just about. Let's do one more of these and let's check it. Now, I don't know if it necessarily needs to be the exact same size as the one on top, but it looks like it is anyways. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. And if I put this across our little starfish, you know, his biggest width, that looks about right, right? So I'm thinking that I also want to do kind of the same bead cap scenario because it brings that pop, you know, this one, it has that pop that happens, kind of like the pop that's in the center. But I don't think I'm going to do the same series of 3 because I don't want them to be matchy-matchy. I really don't. I want them to mesh well, but not be matchy-matchy. So I'm going to do a bead cap and I'm going to fill him. And then we are going to do just one of these bicones. And then I'm just going to bead cap that bicone. And then we're going to want a hematite on the end of it. Okay, so let me bring down some more hematite. I knew I'd need some more. I knew I'd need some more. And we're going to do that same thing on this other side. So we're going to start with that hematite. Come in with our bead cap, hematite, bicone. Then we're going to fill that cap. So we need another hematite. We need that other bead cap. Oh, Amy. Not backwards, thank you. And then we'll do a hematite on the end of him. So you see where I'm getting with that? I just really love doing my bracelets this way, especially my triple strand bracelets this way, because it gives that offset and it just really makes the whole thing meld really well. It just meshes well. It looks clean, elegant, put together, not like you threw something together, right? You curated it. You made it exactly what you wanted it to be to give exactly what pops you're looking for on each side. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on with this bottom one a little bit, and then we'll come back up. So with this bottom one, from here, I'm excited, I'm excited. From here, I'm wanting to pull in one of our little 3mm faceted pink beads here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one of these hematite spacers. And then I'm pulling in a dolphin. I love these dolphins. I love them, and I love them too because of where this hole is. It is just perfect because whenever I pop this through, and actually, let me go ahead and bead cap this other side for a second. Of course I bead capped it. Yes, it's bead capped. I'm gonna pop him through our dolphin. And isn't he so cute like that? It's like he's like just swimming through the bracelet. I love it. I just think that is awesome. I love, 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 love that guy. I want a hematite on the other side of him. And I'm gonna do one of our little faceted pink beads and a hematite. And then I think I want to pull in one of our triangles. But you know, I've been thinking, you know, the creamy pink and the translucent pink, I'm almost thinking here, because the purple that we have is in these primarily, and I think there's a translucent purple in there. Let's peek. Let's peek. I thought I had saw some translucent purple. I love this little mix. It's just so much fun. Is that pink? Yeah, maybe they were pink and it was just also, maybe it was up against that purple, and so it made me think that it was purple. Either way, let's pull in one of these because they are cool. And actually, I think I'm going to pull in 3 of them. I think I'm going to pull in 3 of them because I love these in a series of 3. So and I'm not going to put anything in between them. I just want them to snuggle in with each other. And sometimes they have those points facing each other and sometimes they're snuggled in, but I love them. I love them when they're in those 3s. It is just happy stuff. Happy stuff. And then let's just end with that hematite, pink hematite. Okay. Hematite. Pink hematite. Now I'm going to go ahead and knock out this other side just so that whenever I'm coming up here to do our offsets, I at least have one done and I'm already here, right? So let me swap that bead cap or that bead bug. We're going to put him down here. And then we're just going to repeat what we have going here. Okay. So at the end, I already have my hematite here at the end of that bead cap. A little kitty cat hair. Hey, a little kitty cat hair. All right. And so then we're going to do one of our faceted little pink beads and a hematite. And then I'm going to do 3 translucents back to back. Love them, love them. I love how these colors mesh together. Oh, I just love it. And you know, here's the thing. If you would have asked me last year if I would have been excited about a bag that was just filled with baby pink and baby purple, I would have been like, I mean, it's all right. But, you know, there has been such a change in that. I used to be all about the deep colors, like my moo kite. Oh, guess what I forgot? Amy. I got excited about my little triangles and forgot about my cute dolphin. And so I think I'm going to have these dolphin, do I want them swimming in towards each other like they're coming in to meet? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Because that's just cool. Typically, I would think, you know, have them both going the same way, like they're following each other. But, oh, look at that. Like, hey, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to the center. Yeah, I like that. So then I'll bring in the rest of these here. So I'll have my little hematite at the end of him. I was looking right at it too and just, you know, didn't. Just didn't. Okay, so let's bring in our 3mm and a hematite, and then we'll go right back into those triangles that I wanted so desperately to put in here. All right, so we're going to do 3 of these. Then we'll do that hematite, faceted pink bead hematite. And then this strand will be done as far as this portion of this strand. Okay, so I am going to need to get out some more hematite. Oh no, I still have plenty up here. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and bead bug the end of this because I'm thinking that this strand is done. Okay, so that way I can kind of put it in line. I don't have to worry about either side of it. It is good. Okay, now before I come down to the bottom, let's think of the center. Okay, so let's move this over here for a second. And with this center strand, I'm wanting to keep it kind of mellow, right? Because up above it is some chunky, you know, we've got some chunky beads up there with those dolphins. And so I don't want to mess him up. And so from here, where I was thinking is, I was thinking going with these because I love, yeah, it's, you see, it's the identical little, you know, opaqueness here, that creamy, beautiful color, but it doesn't have the AB on it, but we have that AB shining here right next door to it. And so from here, what I'm going to use my baby bead caps. And so I'm going to start with the bead cap, and I'm probably going to do kind of like I did the series over here. So yeah, I think I will. So if I come in here and I start this off with the bead cap, and I do one of these guys, I'm not going to end his bead cap. Instead, I'm going to do a bead cap facing away because it is going to be on both sides of our center of the 3 rondelles. Okay, so I'll just do this other rondelle and bead cap him. Yeah. Pretty simple, right? And so I think I'm just going to do the same series on the other side, right? Just do this one right here. So if I come in here and I do my hematite, my faceted pink beads, and a hematite, then I can come in here with one of these rice, and I don't need to bead cap it. So I'm just going to pop him on, and then hematite, pink faceted bead, and then hematite. And then once we do this, we'll check our lengths for all of these strands. Yeah, that's just so pretty. That's so pretty. So I'm going to bead bug him and get this other side done, and then we can knock out that 3rd strand. Okay. So on this side, I'm just needing to come in with these. Oh, I already have 3 out. Hey, what about that? Need a couple more bead caps though. Okay, so I'm going to bead cap for the first. And then bead cap going away. I keep wanting to stick to that one thumbnail. And it's going to be on both sides of this center guy. Then we'll do our 3rd. Oh, we'll fling our 3rd. So we'll put this on and then we'll end out that bead cap. Okay, and so then we're just jumping back into that other series. So we're going to be hematite, pink, hematite, rice bead, hematite, pink, hematite. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's see how this meshes with the strand that we've completed. Okay, so I'm going to bring these all to the center so that they are nice and good. Ah, so close, but looky here. Let me check our length here because maybe I'll just take off one of those triangles. Okay, we'll do that 3rd strand first, but I may take off one of those triangles, and I think if I do, it will make these guys the same length. But I really love this meshing that's going on, don't you? Really like that. Really like it. So, okay, so let me go ahead and bead bug this guy too. Then let's get that other strand going. That one didn't want to cooperate. Okay, so we have top strand, nice and tight, middle strand in its place, and now 3rd strand. Okay, So here we are so far. So far, when I tighten him and I bring him in, here's where we are. So this is ending about the center of those dolphins on that top strand and about the center of our rondelle series here in the center, in the middle strand. Okay, so from here, I do think I want to add dolphins on this one as well, but I didn't want them to be on top of each other or right across from each other like parallel. And I think now we don't have to worry about that. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. So I think I'm going to do on the end here one of our hematite, pink hematite, and then I'm going to come in with the dolphin. So he will come in on this bottom strand. They'll come in more towards the end. So let's do that. So I'm going to knock that out with the hematite, pink, hematite. Then let's bring in our dolphin. Love, love, love. And then I'm just doing that hematite, pink hematite on the end of him. So we'll do that. Pink, hematite. Go in there. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. And let's not forget the dolphin this time. Don't forget the dolphin, Amy. So hematite, pink, hematite, our dolphin. And then our final hematite, pink, hematite. Okay, so now let's see where we are with length. And that will let us know, do we need to add a little bit more to the center one here, or do we need to take away from the top one? And this third strand will tell us that. So I'm going to make sure these guys are tight. That way I'm not getting an incorrect length just because it's incorrect. Okay, and then when I come in here, well, it looks like that's matching that center strand pretty well. Okay. Yeah, it's right in line with that center strand. So we'll take one of those off and I bet we'll get that length. But look at this together. Is this not gorgeous? Just gorgeous, gorgeous. And Gina blows me away every single time she releases these bags. But let me tell you, this time I was just like, yeah, all about it. And the mint, the lemon lime mint one, that's the other one. Oh, I love those kind of greens. I've had a thing with green here lately. Green and blue has been a real big thing for me here lately. I don't know if it's just because of our boxes and what they've been giving us, or also because I just really love them. But this was just such a nice, refreshing, elegant, beautiful change. Just liking it a whole bunch. Okay, so now let's look at our length and let's see where we are. I'm going to take the bead bugs off of this because I really want to dig in there. So, because if we need to, I mean, hey, if we need to, we can take off another one of those triangles, but I like those triangles. Nope, I think we're good. Yep, we are good. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So where are we at with our length? So at this time, I wanted this to be right about 4. And the center one, I pretty much knew what I was looking for in the center one and what that length was going to be. That's why when this one was longer, I'm like, yeah, I wanted this to be just about 4 because this is not all we're doing. Okay, this is just the 3 strands that is being incorporated into that design. So let's do this. Let's come in here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my clamshell connectors, and we're going to close these 3 strands off, and then we'll move on to the other part. So I did bring out all silver here. I'm not really mixing metals with this one. You know, I'm a sucker for those mixed metals. I just cannot get enough of it. I really, really can't. And you guys are saying, yes, we know. But, oh, I just love it. I love it. But with this, I mean, just the elegance of that rainbow with the silver and the pastels. So, oh, what am I doing? I did want to leave bead bug on one side of this. I don't want to lose those beads. Okay, so I'm going to come in here with my clamshell connector, pop him on, and then let's grab one of our crimp tubes. So I'm going to have this all the way up the tip top, all the way at the tip top. Then we'll bring it in on the other side. Make sure you have some poking out there, you see. Give him a nice good crimp. We'll bring this bad boy up and we'll close him off. We'll jump in here to the side, get that clamshell connector going. And our crimp tube this time is going to go all the way down, but I want to kind of fold this up in my hand to make sure that I keep movement in this piece, right? So you let gravity take it, and then you kind of hold it, you know, in place and kind of push a little bit down here with this hand, but you have that movement going, okay? It's not going to be stick straight because it's curled up in your hand. So I'm going to come in here, grab a hold of that crimp tube, and then after I grab that crimp tube, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to be pulling up on my wire as I'm pushing down and crimping with my pliers. Make sure he's crimped nicely. I over crimp. Yes, I over crimp. I would rather over crimp than under crimp. I'm kind of hard on my bracelets. You know, I struggle with putting my bracelets on. I love to toggle my bracelets. That's my easiest way to be able to wear a bracelet, is a toggle. I have 2 different ones of those like bracelet helpers. I still struggle. And so even though this one isn't going to be a toggle, I don't think. I want to use what came in the box. I like the size of that clasp that came in the box. So here is the first of those 3 strands. Is that not just beautiful? I love these dolphins. I love them. Oh. Okay, so, okay. Let's do the center here. I'm going to leave that one side of the bead bug on. I'm going to pop on my clamshell connector. And I'm going to bring in my crimp tube. So this side, we're going to keep up here at the tip top. And then on the next bracelets, whenever I'm doing this step, I'll just fast forward or skip through it so that we can save some time. Okay, I have some poking out there, so I'm good. I'm going to clamp him down and bring in my clamshell. He was open pretty wide. Okay, I'm going to slide them all down. We'll do this other side. I hope your guys' weekend's been going good. I'm telling you, I was so elated whenever I had notification that this delivery of this bag came in, because I was expecting it today and I was like, is it going to come on Sunday? It says Sunday, but is it going to wait till Monday? Do I really have to wait until Monday? You know? And so, I just played with my beads like all evening. And then this morning I got up, we had company here. And so I was like, it's fine. I'm just going to play with my beads some more. And in the process of playing with my beads, I came up with all of these designs. I have so much. And so, you know, the more I keep thinking about it, I'm like, you know, even if I go over an hour, I really want to do all these bracelets. I'm really excited about all of them. There's not a single one that I'd be like, okay, it's fine, I'll cut that one out. No. I want them all. Now, they're not all going to be for me, okay? I have a friend that is really interested. See that little wire poking out of there? I'm just going to snip him off. That really wants one of these. Whenever they saw the colors and they're like, I said, I got you. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to share. Oh. So their wrist is bigger than mine. And I know about where that bracelet needs to be. So 1 or 2 of them will be for them. Okay, we're gonna close this one off and then we're gonna talk about what else we're doing with this. Keep this up here at the tip top. Then we'll come up and close him off. Slide him down. And bring in our crimp tube. Now, just kind of FYI, if we do hear a little bit of noise, we do have a little bit of company over, and they're down in the garage. Oh, I can't get a hold of him. Let's get a hold of him. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull up while I'm pushing down and crimping. Then I'll just finish crimping him off. There he goes. Clip him off way down low. Oh, yeah, I'm not quite sure where that one went. Then we'll close this off. So here is our 3 strands for the focal side of our triple strand bracelet. What do you think? Right? Isn't it so cute? So cute. Okay, so we're going to connect these together. And when I'm connecting them together, I want a big jump ring that's going to connect them together. And what I think I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get out some small jump rings. I'm going to jump ring each of these ends. And then we're going to use those jump rings to connect to a bigger jump ring just to make sure we have that fluidity. So I'm going to do that here super quick. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll finish out this bracelet. Deal? Okay, so we are ready to go on to the next step here. And what I realized whenever I was putting these jump rings on, I realized I had some of these twisted jump rings that I could use for those, you know, to connect with. Now these actually are twisted rings, they're not jump rings, so they are soldered. And these I got from Auntie's Beads. So it's a package of 50 of the twisted rings. Now I get jump rings like this as well from Auntie's Beads, but when they just say twisted rings, they are not going to open. They are soldered. So I'm going to connect these 3 to this one and to this one, and then we're going to move on with what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to jump back in here. I'm going to open these up and pop them on. I guess I could have left them open then if that's the case, right? Sometimes you gotta be a thinker. Gotta be a thinker. Okay, so I'm gonna do these in order. So I want this one first. So I'm gonna open him up, pop this ring on, and we'll close him up. Make sure he's good and closed. Okay, then we'll jump to the second one. I did put a little bit of a bigger jump ring on the center one because it's just a very small amount, like less than a millimeter, like a millimeter shy of the other 2. And that's okay. It's going to be okay. So I just added on this one, it's just a little bit of a bigger jump ring. Okay, so I'm going to put him on there. We'll get him closed off. Whoop, all the way. There we go. And then, see, it gives just a little more fluidity to it whenever the jump ring is then connected to the connection ring instead of that direct connect. They sometimes want to lock up on each other if you don't do that process. We don't want them locking up on each other. I'm going to pop him on. So what I'm thinking is I really want to incorporate that porcelain starfish. And so I was thinking about wire wrapping him. I'm going to wire wrap him, and we'll connect these 3 strands to that, and then that will go into our closure. And of course, we'll have some dangles and some fun stuff and, you know, all that. Have to have all that. Okay, so we'll just do this other side real quick. And then we are just about to knock this one out. I'm really excited about this next one too. And it may be too that the next one I'm most excited about too, because it's not necessarily for me. I'm not making it for me to wear. I'm making it for someone else. And talking to them, you know, I know what they're looking for, and that's what drove me to the design of that second bracelet. So I really, really like that. I really, really like that. Like, that's the extra designing with a purpose. And so it was really cool yesterday. It was fun yesterday. Had some family and friends over swimming, and I was designing because I was just all in. I was all in. I was just, I love this bag so much. And so I ended up making a bracelet that was kind of a demo version of this one, but of course not the same, because they never end up the same. It's just whatever ends up happening happens. But, and he's going to give it to his girlfriend. So he's 15, and I just think that's super cute. Super cute. And the excitement of a boy that age, you know. Like, oh, she must be something. Okay, so we'll pop that third one on. And here we are. So if I was to grab these like this, right? So if I had this one and then lay it out, how are we looking? And I think that is pretty darn cute. Pretty darn cute. Liking it a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's get out one of our 20 gauge wire pieces. I'm gonna move this aside, and we are going to bring in our porcelain starfish. I love him. We're gonna wire wrap this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that one side. And we'll give him a few wraps. Boy, it stormed here this morning. It really, really did. I woke up to just, I mean, hammer in the windows. And in the living room, there's 2 skylights. And it was just pelting. Okay, so we're going to cinch him down. And then I'm going to also give him a little squeeze here because I want him to be nice and tight up there. Okay, there we go. So with this porcelain starfish, his holes are pretty big. And so even though he probably wouldn't, I don't want him like floating up and down. You know, I don't want him doing that business. But in the thought of filling him, I don't think he necessarily needs to be filled. He just needs to be like cinched. And so for that reason, I got out some of the bigger hematite spacers. These are the 4 millimeters, because I think with one of those on both sides, you know, it kind of separates it from the coils, so that the coils don't end up down inside of him. And it just keeps him in place as well, you know. And so I think that looks really cute. Super, super cute, really. Okay, so let's get this side. And on this side, I'm going to go ahead and connect it to that ring. Since that ring doesn't open, I want to go ahead and get him connected. Straighten him up a little bit. Okay, and we'll give him a few wraps. Well, it must not be raining now. I just heard a loud motorcycle go by. Okay, gave him just a few here. Oh, yes, friends, I did. I absolutely did that. So I don't want to jump ring him. So I'm going to start him over. Oh, Amy. Okay. So we are going to get this connected. Oi, oi. And how about, just so that I don't forget, no. I want to wait and do it on the other one. That way I'm not trying to hold on to the whole bracelet while I'm wire wrapping both of them. So we'll give him the 3 again. Clip him off. Cinch him off. Make sure he's nice and tight. Okay, and then we'll put on this. And since this one isn't going to be connected here, I'm going to make it, because I want him to be like this. Oh, see where the opening is? So one of the openings is in the center, so I don't want him to be like this. I'd rather him be like this, right? So then I'm going to, since this is already closed, put it through this side. Okay, so that when I'm closing off here, I'm connecting him like that. Makes sense? And then I am going to connect him. I'm not going to close this off. I will. So here we go. Here. Bring him around. Then we'll open him up. We will grab a hold of this, make sure we're all in line. And we are. And I'll pop him on. This is just going to be super cute. I think it's going to be real fluid, real fun and comfy to wear. It has that cool summer kind of nautical vibe, but not being gaudy in any way. I think it's elegant. It's beautiful. Totally my vibe, my style. Love it. Love it. So we'll trim him off. And we'll cinch him off. That hematite will shatter, so make sure you're careful here, okay, when you're squeezing. Don't grab that hematite. Don't squeeze too hard to where you end up getting the hematite inadvertently. Okay, so here we are. Now, all we're needing to do from this point, besides our dangles, is I'm going to bring in this guy. Okay, so this guy is going to go on this side. And it's going to connect. Oh, I wish I would have thought about that, because I could have put one of these on the end too. Let me see if I have a jump ring version of these twisted rings. One sec. I don't know for sure if they are, but I'm thinking they are. Yeah, they are. They are. Woohoo! Okay. Now they're not totally matchy-matchy, but I'd say we're pretty close. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. So let's open him up. And we will pop him on the other side of the starfish. Then we'll get our closure on there, and then we'll incorporate those dangles. I want to do some cha-chas and some charms. Not too overdone, because there's a lot going on with this piece, right? But I definitely want to incorporate something, and I definitely want to make sure this is closed all the way. There we go. Now, what I also want to take a peek at is what our size is so far. So let me put this on. I want to use one of our thicker gauge. This is stainless steel, and I'm going to connect it with the stainless steel one. And then I'm going to check that size on me, and then we'll get into that fun stuff. Okay. Him on, and we'll close him off. And then if you are hearing anything in the background, I apologize. But let's see here. So we are at about 6.5, 6 3/4. And if I was to pop him on, oh, this is just adorable, is it not? Look at this, and it's perfect. Look, isn't that so cute? So cute. I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm so super happy. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for, exactly what I needed, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it'll be an easy connection because we have that big jump ring down here and we have that big clasp here. Now, I know I want to pull in at least this guy, and I think I want to pull in this here, and maybe we'll make a couple cha-chas. Okay, so I'd like to have those happen here. That way we're not at those ends. Okay, so we'll just be right here. And then, oh, I had a thought. What if instead of just hanging him, hold on, we give him a little something, something going on. What if I brought this in and this in? And what if I made it like a bail? See there where it kind of pokes out to where it would give that little something, something that goes along with him? Maybe I'll put a hematite on the back too. I think that's cute. Little bling, little color. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this on, okay? And so you see it's up against my thumb and I'm pushing with my thumb, okay? And then I'm going to pop this straight up. So that's what we're looking at here. And then I'm going to do a little wrapped loop. Just going to do a little wrapped loop. And I'm going to go ahead and connect this wrap loop to this ring. Around, woohoo, come around. Give him a couple wraps. He went a little crazy on me there, didn't you see that? Okay. And just a couple more. I don't want him to be too gnarly, but I do want it to be a little bit bulky, you know, a little bit different, a little bit of extra something, something. And I think that is adorable, adorable, adorable. Okay, so we're going to clip him off. And I didn't connect him because I was, you know, chatting it up with you. So let's bring it in this way, because I want him to have a lot of fluidity, okay? I don't want it to get locked up. I don't want it to be stuck in any of these. So I think that works out pretty well. We'll jump ring that dangle. We'll get it right on there and we will be good. And we'll get some cha-chas going too. Okay. Oh, I think that will be so cute. So cute. Nice and dangly, nice and dangly. I like it. And while I do that, I'll go ahead and jump ring this little arrow as well. So let's bring in one of these. And do we want to go ahead and throw a cha-cha on there while we're at it? A cha-cha or two? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'll set him down. That will be directly connected to the jump ring. And then let's come in with another one of these. And let's do, oh, how about we pop in one of these rondelles? So let's do a bead cap. Then we'll grab one of those rondelles and bead cap at the top of it. Nope, his hole's closed. That's happened a lot more lately than it used to. Okay, so we have him on there. Super cute. And then I think I want to do like hematite and a pink. Love that. That'll work. That will work. I'll just keep it here. With these thicker ones, I can use my finger, and if I can use my finger, and actually even if I do it this way, it's better than those little bitty thin ones. Those little bitty thin ones, they just absolutely get me. They absolutely get me. Let's pop him off. Those little thin ones though, I've been here lately using my fingernail clippers to get them off because I'm telling you, it gets them super close. Super, super close. It's so hard sometimes with those super thin ones to get up in there. I don't want to crack my bead. They kind of ended down on it, so I'm trying to get him off of it as well. Here we go, here we go. There we go. Yeah, he's a cute guy. He's cute, I like him. And so then why don't we actually add a little cha-cha something to this? You know, give a little something more to him. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So what we could do is I could do similar to what I did here. I could come through this, okay, to where it has that little pop. If I wanted to add, and actually I could put a little hematite on there to give a little extra. See, so he has just a little bit of bling there with him. Okay, and so then I'm just gonna pop him up, pop him straight up, and then I'm gonna put some cuteness on this. So let's go in with, let's do a couple seed beads. And maybe that's all I wanna do. I'm gonna do a couple seed beads, a hematite, couple seed beads, just to give it a little something, something, but not too much. Ooh, let's do a couple of these. I haven't done these yet. I love these white ones with, these aren't clear with AB, these are white with AB. And so it gives that little bit of a frosty look. And then I'll end it with the hematite. Oh yeah, that's cute. Very cute. Or some may say, super cute. I realize, and it always happens during editing, I'm like, why do I say that word so often? I don't even realize I say it. It just happens. I find so many things about myself during editing, let me tell you. And that's why I need to give myself grace. I need to just respect and be okay with the process, because it is important to me that, you know, when I'm doing a tutorial, we're just chatting. You know, we're together, we're hanging out, we're chatting, we're beating, and you know, whatever conversation flows, flows. Nothing is scripted. No way. Which, I mean, if it was scripted, do you think I'd be rambling the way I do? Nope, probably not. Probably not. All right, I'm going to grab him. It seemed to work better that last time. Okay, I'm just going to give a couple wraps because there's not that big of a space here on this one, big of a gap. Come in here, back from where I came from. Try to get all up in there. Here we go. So cute. Okay, so we have that guy, and him. So let's do one with just one of these crystals. That would be cute. And then we'll just see where we are. Okay, we'll see if we want to add more from there. So let's grab another one of these. And of course, I kind of can't help it. I love these hematites so much. I love them so much. Okay. Close him off. Yeah, super cute. And then let's do one of these to cap it. Okay, not too big, just a little something, something down there. Then we'll get them all connected. kind of grabbed him wrong. Okay, he's like, hey, what's up? Okay, I'm trimmed off. And we'll close him up. Just like that. We have some cutesy dangles. Now, I'm not wanting them to be all on top of each other. So now that I'm seeing them, I think I might, What if I used, yeah, this would be good. What if I used just a little bit of this and then had them kind of coming down from it? Okay, it's gonna be a little more jump ringing, but I think it'll be cute that way, and it's gonna keep them from being like on top of each other. This is, this was from Temu, and it is stainless steel. It's from my stainless steel Temu haul. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. So first we're wanting the primary jump ring that's going to be making that connection for us. So I'm going to bring in one of the thicker ones for that. Pop him open. Bring him in here. And I'm not going to connect him yet. I'm going to get all these on and then I'll connect him. So let's close him off. But we know that way I have a grabbing point as well for the top for whenever I'm placing these on it. Now I want some smaller jump rings. So give me a second, let me grab those. I found some tinies all right. And these are stainless steel as well. So we will go with that. I love me some stainless steel. It is just so easy. So easy. Because as many times as we are washing our hands during the day, you know, I think it's pretty important that we don't have to constantly worry about our bracelet. Okay, I'm going to put the starfish on the very bottom. Actually, I'm going to do him next to the bottom, because I want him to be at the bottom, but I'd like something to kind of hang in front of him, but not just too much. Okay, I'll get this nice and closed off. Give him a nice squeeze. And we have our first dangle. That's so cute. Ah. Okay, so let's go with this next. I cannot tell you the relief and the excitement that I have with having my design eye back. It was the scariest feeling. Oh, it was the scariest feeling to just sit down and look at all of the beauty and be able to appreciate the beauty and be able to know that, you know, this could go with this and this could go with this, but having zero clue as to what I would want to do to put them together. I was telling a friend, I think it's life altering because it was very, very scary. So being able to like get all of these pops and, you know, everything coming to me. And that's why yesterday, even though people were here, I was just like, if I have this ability to do it, I'm doing it because I'm so happy to do it. And I'm so excited that I can do it and excited to bring it to you guys and to, you know, work with these products and just like go on and on and on. And so I've been spending a lot of time at my bead mat, a lot. That also means I've been sitting a lot more than I have been over the past few months. And considering I'm going to be traveling a little bit for work, I really need to watch that. I need to watch that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be at the bead mat all the time. Because I am. I am. Okay, so this one's going to hang down pretty low. So I'm going to bring him pretty high. Pretty high. Let's see. He dangles. Yeah, I'm wanting him pretty high. So I may bring him to the very, very top one. So grab hold of this. The same one that's connected to our primary jump ring. that same one, if I can fit it in there. Yeah, I can. Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay, one more. This guy. And actually, I think I'm going to have him separate on the other side. Actually, let me do one more to do separate with him so that there's a little bit over there and then all of these are hanging down on the side. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. Let's do one more. So let's do this. Since this guy is going to be on that side, I think I want to do another one of these little rondelles. That's super cute. I like it a lot. So we'll go ahead and grab that bead cap and rondelle and a bead cap. And I'll do a hematite. Okay, and then we'll do one of the pink beads. Is that what I... Hey, that's what I did, yep. Okay, then we'll wrap this bad boy up. So I think due to time, because I'm way over an hour and I'm still in the first bracelet, but there's a lot going on with this bracelet, and it was important to go through the process of how I wanted these 3 strands to be. And if you guys are ever in that situation, what you could do for that and the way to kind of work it out and talk it out and you know, design it out. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Challenge failed, but not unhappily. Okay. Just a couple there. Awesome. So I'm going to jump ring. I think I'm going to jump ring each of these and then jump ring those jump rings to a jump ring that goes to that jump ring. Like how I did that. Oh. Whoop, whoop. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop one onto this. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and go with this guy. Stainless steel guy. Oops. Turn, Amy, turn him. Oh my. Yeah, he needs to be well closed anyways, doesn't he? Okay, so let me do jump ring first. Maybe that opening wasn't big enough. Oh my. No, it's me. I think it's me. There we go. We got him. Okay, and then I'm going to connect him to his jump ring. Okay, good and closed. All right. And then we will get this guy popped on there. Pop him on. Pop him on. Okay, very good. So then let's connect them, and then we are done with this bracelet. Let's connect them, let's connect them. So I want this one on this side. And then grab this guy. We'll put him on the other side. Here we are. And this is our first necklace. I've been doing necklaces, right? This is our first bracelet, and this is happiness for me. Just happiness. Absolutely adorable. Just fun, fresh, elegant, not too much, super cute, and it fits. And it fits. So when I come in here, see I have that ring down here, nice and easy peasy, and he will connect perfectly. Now, can I connect him myself right now? Probably not, probably not, you know, probably not. Let's see what size he is. I'll put him on my mandrel. So let me get him down here. Oh, that is just adorable. Look at that. Ah, adorable. Oh, I didn't close him. Let's do this again. Now he's closed. Just adorable. I absolutely love it. Okay, so put on the mandrel, and we are down here at right about 6 1/4. That works for me. That works, that works. Love it, love it. Okay, so bracelet number 2. Let's jump right into it, right into it. Get some stuff out of the way though. Okay, we don't need these rings. Now for bracelet number 2, I think I'm gonna be doing the same thing with this guy. Okay, but I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm not gonna do it yet. And what I do want to do is, let me grab my bead string wire. So move this over. I thought I had pre-cut some. Did I pre-cut some? I know I did these 3 strands. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to need 2. And I typically cut this to about 7 inches just to make sure I have plenty of room. And then we'll grab one more. And this one, I'm wanting to be a 2 to 1 strand. So part of it will be separated into the 2 strands. Part of it will look and appear as if it's 1 strand. And this is going to be another one that's going to be kind of elegant, classy, delicate, but it's not for me. Okay, it's not for me. So, yeah. This one's gonna be real good. I'm excited. Okay, so I think on this one, you know, I think I know exactly what I want to do. I may go ahead and close off the end and just work straight down. Yeah, I know what I'm, sure I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I do. I think I pretty much know what I'm gonna do. So let me come to the end here. Let's go ahead and cinch him. Nice and closed. Let's bring in that clamshell connector. Oh, wrong way. I'm so used to putting it on that way. Let's go through this way. And bring this up and get it good and closed. Okay, so I'm wanting to start this out. I know I want it to have some of these seed beads in it. Not necessarily that it's going to be heavy in seed beads, but just kind of as a tapered end. I'm looking for that tapered end. And so I think what I'm going to do on this is I think I want to do both of these. Okay, so it's going to be on both of the strands. So I'm going to come in here and seed bead it up. So I think I'm going to do 5 on here. Okay. Because I'm really looking for that cinched end. And you know, I could do that with hematite. I could do that with others, but Maybe I'll just stick with these blues. Those whites look like their holes are smaller than these blues. And I'll tell you what's really good for this is delicas. Because delicas, they are very thin-walled. Those Miyuki delica seed beads, the walls are very thin on them. Oh, Amy, this should not be this difficult. Maybe we won't be doing it, even though I'm really wanting it. And the holes are all bigger. And, you know, they're all just completely uniform. And so, go ahead. Oh, that other one did go on. Sweet. See, and so it cinches them together. It's a nice, tight, snug fit, but it's not too tight, you know. I had to push it down in there, but I didn't have to give too much force. It was just more so helping him along. My, oh my. Let's take a peek at these, shall we? Let's try you, little guy. I have done this and it was not difficult. How about we do 3? Oh, no. I'm thinking for that length. Let's do 4. Let's do 4 because I want it to be good and tapered there. And this is the best way to do it. Okay. So yeah, that'll be good. We just have those guys on there. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with one of the bigger hematite. Okay, so we'll put one of him on there. And then I think I want to bead cap these. I think that's what I was going for. So bead cap. We'll do one of our rice beads and bead cap the other side. Okay, and then we'll bead cap that other side. And then from here, I think I'm going to try and see, I wonder, let's see if both strands will fit into one of these. But then again, the seed beads were doing that too, and they fit. No, that hole's pretty darn small, let me get a little spacer bead. Let me get, ooh, I know what I want to get. Some delicas. And I was thinking anyways on doing just a little bit of a mix in this one. And this just said, well, yes, I think you should do a little bit of a mix in this one. Okay, so this is the gunmetal Miyuki Delica seed beads. And they're just so easy for things like these. I also like using the delicas when I'm filling beads. Like, for example, whenever you're trying to fill this cavity so that he doesn't move around on your string, that kind of thing. And then let's come in with, let's bead cap one of the triangles. What do you think? And actually, let's do 3. Let's do a translucent in between. Yep, that works. Hold on, let's make sure he's even. That may be part of my problem. Not so much. Not so much even. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's go baby bead cap. I'm telling you, all the fun happens as soon as you click record. When I'm designing and playing around with things, it is so rare that I have a problem getting or doing these kind of things. But when I'm on here being like, don't waste time, Amy, don't waste time, you know, it's like, well, we may not be using as many baby seed beads in this bracelet now. We'll see. Baby seed beads and bead caps. Okay, so I'm going to come at the bottom. We're going to go with one of those creamies, the translucent. Beautiful. I love this mix. I love this mix. I love triangle beads anyways, you guys know that. But I love this mix. And I actually have a couple containers that is just dedicated to my triangle beads. A funny thing, I think I have one right here. Hold on. Yep, here's one of them. I like them. I like them a lot. I like them a lot. Oh, those would be so cool in this too. Okay, no. Okay, so I feel like the SpongeBob thing should come across the screen and say 3 hours later, because it is 3 hours later. And here we are. So, you know, I realized once I came away from the table for my bead mat, and realized how many things needed to get done that I hadn't done because I was here all morning and most of the day yesterday and, you know, all that good stuff. So anywho, I'm happy to be back. I'm ready to finish this, and I got some things done that needed to be done. So win-win, win-win. So here we are with this. And actually, this bracelet, we are at the halfway point for this bracelet for this part. Now, I don't think I explained, other than the single to double strand here, I don't think I explained what else I wanted to do with this piece, because it's not just going to be this for the bracelet. But actually, I'll make you wait just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, not much. We're halfway through. We're just going to be repeating this series going down. And hopefully I have a little better luck now with getting these double strands into these little beads. I tell you. So looks like here, all we're needing is that hematite on the other side. And then we're going to separate those strands and go right back into that. Just beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. So here we go. So now that Lily and Ross are here at the new house, they are really loving it. They're coming into their own in a whole different way, and it's just great. Those first couple days was really rough because poor Lilybug just meowed and meowed, that kind of meow like, help me, I'm lost. You know, oh, she's a heartbreaker. She's a heartbreaker. She is the most personable kitty cat I have ever known in my life. And I've known quite a few kitty cats. Very personable cat, very personable. Very. And she's a happy camper, and they are loving it here. And that just absolutely makes my day. But what brought up Lily is she's laying here right beside me, and I guarantee we will hear her at some point. So just know that. Just know that. All the animals are in here, and that's the way it goes. They follow me everywhere. They just follow me around. I'm like, all I'm doing is laundry, guys. Or all I'm doing is dishes. You know? Okay, so we have those three, and with this strand, I did the seed bead on the bottom for that little gap differential. Okay, and I put a hematite on each of those sides. So on this side over here, I'm not going to put a spacer bead at the bottom. I'm going to put it at the top. So I have a reflection on these beads, big time. I can't tell where the hole is. I'm just guessing half the time. Because of that reflection of my lights in them. They're so crystalline and glimmery with all of those facets. They're super, super faceted. You can probably tell from here. Can you see? Well, these two, I mean, all of them. Look at the sparkle in this when I move. This whole bracelet. I love these beads. I just love them. And I love Gina with GGC. She is incredible. great person, genuine, and you know, she's really doing these bead bags for the right reason and right purpose, and being so generous with everything that she gives in them. Just can't beat it. I love good people. I love good people. All right, so we're gonna bring this down. Okay, so it's gonna be cinched like that. Lovely. Then we'll just put that hematite up on the other side of it. So we're gonna go with the bigger hematite here. And then now I'm gonna flip this around. So we have it to that point. Now we're just gonna repeat this series. So here is our beautiful little bracelet. Oh, I just love it. So that's a bracelet strand. It's not our bracelet, it's a bracelet strand. So I'm gonna bring in, I cut these two, and I think, yep, they're right about where I'm needing them to be. Oh, I did well. I did well. Phenomenal. So that's going to be just about right. Yeah, good, good, good. Well, I was hopeful. Luckily, in all the playing around with this, trying to get it to do what I wanted it to do, at least I got the length I needed. So that's going to be really cute, right? And we'll do some cha-chas on these sides. So let's do that. I'm going to set this aside. Let's get out a whole bunch of on jump rings, and I'm going to make up these cha-chas. Since this video is going to be kind of long, I'll show you what I'm going to be putting together when I come back, but I'm going to go ahead and throw some of these together, and then I'll be right back and we'll put them together. Okay, so you see what I've gotten accomplished here. And you know, I think we only need one of these chains. I don't think we need two. I think two would just end up being too much. And I loaded this pretty thing up. So let's see here. We have, let me grab this end. And where's my other one? This end. And here is all those pretty little cha-chas. So lots of goodies put on here. Lots of goodies. It's just filled to the brim. And so what I'm wanting to do is connect these two strands and then go into the rest of the bracelet. So this took me a whole heck of a lot longer than I was anticipating or planning. But oh, it was fun. Oh, it was fun. And oh, it's so pretty, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. So I have some others that I made up, some special charms, and I want to have those go for our other connections. So I went ahead and did one of these. And so I did kind of the same thing. I brought it up, and I also put a couple little of these squares on the jump ring. I have a jump ring that has some of these hematite spacers on them, and I just put it to one of those links, right? One of the links from this chain. So that could connect somewhere for something cute. And then these. I really like these little bead charms. So these, they're individual. And so I put it on a little head pin and put a little crystal in the middle. And I think that's just absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. So let's put this together. I'm ready to get this going. Now, what am I wanting to do with these two? What are they going to be connecting to? I want to connect them to one of these. So actually, let me go ahead and make the wrapped loop and get this guy going. Let me see. I want him to be like this. Okay, so let's come in here for the wrapped loop. We'll get that taken care of. And I'm going to go ahead and just fully wrap this side of it. Got him a little short. My fingers from all these wraps and dangles and cutting, and I did the assembly line, but whew, it's been a hot minute since I've done that many. It's been a little while. For a good cause though, for a good cause. And it's so cute. So cute. Scrunch him down, but oh no. Come back in there, buddy. Now scrunch down. All right, so I want one of the bigger hematite spacers on here. And I'm going to put him through this way. And they are going to connect to him like this. Okay, so then on this side, oh, hematite spacer. And we'll do another wrapped loop. And as he's spinning, I'm like, whoa, am I going the right way? What's happening here? Either way, we can fix it up after the fact. Give this a few little wraps. Trim him up. And cinch him off. There we go. A little more. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Super duper cute. So I want him like this. And I'm thinking, maybe, because I want the fluidity to be there. I don't want a bunch of charms hanging from here, just a couple. Then I'll have a couple on the other side. I already wrapped him, you know. So I think what I'll do is, let's see how heavy. Is this one of the heavy ones? I think it is. Yes. So let's come in here to, nope, that's not a heavy one. See, I'm able to easily move it with. I don't want to mess with that one. This is one of the heavy ones. This is stainless steel. So I'm going to open him up. Let's first bring these guys together. Oh, first let's make sure they are closed well. Could you tell I had done a lot of opening and closing? Oh. My, oh my. Tough stuff. Let's check this guy. Yeah, he could use a little attention too. Grinding. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to now grab this guy. I'm going to hook on to both of these. And actually what I'm going to do in the middle, I may pop this guy on in the middle. Let's just to give that little something something, you know. I'm gonna close him up. And then we'll use another jump ring to connect this to our porcelain starfish. Okay, he's good. And then I'm going to connect them back here. And then I'll get out a couple more jump rings. What a fun bracelet. Just what a fun, fun, fun bracelet. I'll close this up. Okay, so now we're connected. Oh, that's so pretty. So like, right? Love it. And you see here I have some that's just some little seed beads, and some that have some crystals, and some that have some hematite, some that have squares. How fun. I love this. Love it. So we want to be conscious on our size now. So let me come in here and measure where we are right now from end to end. So we are at just over 6, and I'm wanting this to be about 7. Okay, so if I'm wanting it to be about 7, there's 6. Oh, we're about 8. We're about 8. So let's try this. Oh, I went to the end of this. Sorry, guys. That's why it was off. So we should be about right then if it comes back to here. That should be about right. So let's pull out, here is the jump ring that is going to be connecting to this guy. And I think I'm just going to use that jump ring, right? Let's not make it any lengthier. Let's not do that. So find that opening. We'll just pop him on that side. Which way? I want him, yep, like this. Okay. Make sure he's good and closed. Then this one here at the end, we will put our connector on. So then on this other side, all we need is a loop to hook. We need a jump ring to hook that to, and I need to find a place for this guy. And I think my place is right back here. See this like perfect little spot right back here for him? Yeah. That'll be good. So let's get him opened up. I want to make sure some of those little cutesies are on either side. And oh, I see one that's open. Wow, I didn't know there was still any open. I'm going to pop him on. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So let me get one more of our stainless steel jump rings. So this is my stainless steel container here. Let's do one of these bigger ones for that clipping connection there. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, then we'll put this on this other side, and we will have bracelet number 2. now that, let's close him, put it on the mandrel and see what that size actually is. Hey, I wanted this to be just about 7, right? Yay! Love it. Love that. And I love that there's just that little bit of a gap. Not too big of a gap, just a little bit of a gap. So fun. You know, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about from here and here, you see how these two are empty? I left those two empty on purpose because I was wondering what if I did like an infinity hook and hooked it to the top ones so that it stayed close there in the center. What do you think? I think I might try it. Okay. Yeah, that's settled. That's settled. And then the next bracelet that I want to do is going to be super quick. Okay, it's not as involved, but it's going to be adorable. Absolutely adorable. So let me get some wire out. Okay. I'm just going to use this at its length currently. And I'm going to bring in my, I think I'll do my 2.5 or 2.25 one-step looper. And I'm going to come in here just past that lip. So you see where I have it there? Because that lip over here is where it's going to be cutting off. And you see how I squeezed it a little bit as a holder? That just holds it in place. All the way back against that back of that. Give it a little kickback. And then, actually, this is a pretty darn big piece. We don't need that going on. Then I'm just going to come right back in here. And I'm going to put this through that hole in the back. And I want this facing down. So you see my opening is facing down. And I want it all the way up against this lever. Stay down, little guy. All the way up against there. Oops, I'm pushing him further than up against there. There we go. Right up against there. Pop them out. So we have 1. Let's do 2. I'm pretty sure this should be a big enough loop size. Let's go right back in there. Put it right back in. Opening on the bottom. Okay, you got a little bit sideways, but we'll fix that right up. Okay, so let me get my little pieces out of here. Flatten him. Oh, I flattened him the wrong way. Okay, we'll make another one. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so there's one of them. Let's go ahead and knock out another one. That one was kind of wonky anyways, so it works out. We were supposed to do this. Okay. A little kickback. Let's put him right back in there. That opening in the loop facing down. Sure he's all the way up against the back. I'll get him made up. Okay. So, again, we're going to flatten this one a little bit. Excellent. So we have these two guys made. So if I come in here, I am thinking when I bring this up, I don't think I want it to be those, right? Because where are they going to connect? I'm thinking like right here at the juncture of where this connects, because there's a little bit of movement here that can happen, just a little bit. So on this one, I'm going to grab this guy here. Okay, so I know which guy I'm wanting. He has something on him, but that's okay. I'm going to come in here, I think I'm gonna do the smaller of the two sizes of that loop. I'll get right up on here. Let's see if I can. And if it says no and gives me grief, it's okay, we don't have to do it. But I'm super curious, and I think that that'll be like a good way to really keep that together because there's so much going on here, right? So much going on there that it's heavy. Okay, so let's come in here. Maybe I should do it when it's off the mandrel. Yeah, let's do it off the mandrel. Okay. Oh. Ooh, that was a slip. Luckily I didn't break anything. Wowza. Okay. And so we have him hooked on there. Let's do one on the other side, and then we'll just figure out how we're going to get it on there that way. You know, with charm bracelets, I've always thought about this, but I've never done it. And so I'm just going to do it, and we're going to see what this is all about. So we have one on that side. I'm going to do one on this side as well. So I'm going to maybe come from the back this time, see if that's a little bit more feasible. Back to the front. There we go, there we go. I don't want to scratch or break anything, so I'm just being easy here. And I closed him up. So let's open this up. Lay them out. That's the best place to do it since that's our 2 points of center. It's the outside of our actual center. And so when I come in here, oh, looky right there. Okay. And this is opening on this side. That works well. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. I have this guy that's open. I'm just going to grab him with my pliers. Oh, got him. And I'm going to try to grab him from the side so I can just hook him on. There we go. And for the leverage part, I'm putting my finger behind it so that I'm not doing that against a bead or something. So it still allows a free flow, but just with a couple connections to keep it from going too awful crazy. So then let's see. In this section, yeah, look right there. Okay, so let me open him. Okay, and let me make sure of where that is because I don't want it to be off, because if it's off, then it's going to make it lay funky, and we don't want that for anybody. Here it is. Got it. I'm actually going to trim a little bit off. He's a little bit long. I'm going to trim just a little bit off so that he will end up closing a little better. I'm going to put my finger behind there just to make sure we get it closed all the way and don't harm anything. That looks great. So then now, see how we have that a little bit of a connection? And it's a little bit off. You see it's kind of to the side. I don't like that. I don't like that. So let's rethink that. We need to come over just a couple. So let me open this back up and take him off. Because again, I don't want it to force it to lay funny. Let's try this guy. A nice squish. Now let's look. Okay, so he's straight up and down now. He looks good. We just need to readjust where this placement is, and then we will be good. We will be good, and this bracelet will be done. Woohoo. And then also, you know, I will have them test it out and let me know, hey, what do you think whenever it has that? You know, does it feel more secure? Is it, you know, more put together feeling? Or does it not matter? Or is it terrible? You know? Okay, appears to be the one that our butterfly's on, I believe. This one is the one that's directly below it. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Keeps turning on me. There we go. I just had to get him right. Okay, so we'll grab a hold of this, we'll get it nice and closed again, and let's take one last look. There we go. That looks good now, right? That looks great. Okay, so here is number 2. And yes, it's done. Number 2's done. Ooh, that took a long while. Oh, that is adorable though. Look at that. Oh, how adorable is that? Okay, it doesn't matter if it took a while. It doesn't matter. It's all worth it now, right? And am I saying that also because it's done? Valid question, right? Valid question. Okay, let's move some stuff over. We will put our second bracelet up here. Just super cute, super cute. So I'm gonna move some more stuff out of the way, and then 1 second, just 1 second, and I'll bring out the stuff for the next bracelet. Okay, last bracelet, bracelet number 3. This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited about this one. So what I've gotten out is I have our little purple bicones. Okay, so we're pulling these in. I have, purple bicones. I have a couple of the purple little crystals. Okay, so the crystals are out too. I have some of our rice beads, our electroplated rice beads, and those are going to tie everything in. They just do so well with that. I love them. We have our 3mm little faceted pink beads that came. I have some 2mm spinel. So I got out just a few of these guys, and you see how they flash? Yeah, they're great. I love spinel. And then our amazing drops that came from the box. Yeah, those. Ah, so good, like so good. I am going to be pulling from my stash. I have this cute little charm. It's this little arrow. He's super cute. This is also from my stash. I thought that was cute. Don't know if I'm going to use it, but it's been sitting up there and now it's here. I have some of these angel wings and I just thought they were cute. I figured maybe we could make a couple of those to dangle. I have some little baby hematite dotted spacers. So nice gunmetal. I have some hematite seed beads as well. Heavy little seed beads here in case we need those. And then I also got out of my stash a little heart bead and a little tube bead. I also got out this bead cap. I had a thought. I don't know if we're going to go with it, but I had a thought, so we're going to maybe try something out. And then I have some fine black beading wire from Softflex. This is going to make things oh so easy. This is a slider connection. I got it from Beadbox Bargains website. It has those cutesy little, on the other side, cute little cubic zirconias at the bottom. And we're gonna make a real simple little bracelet, or it could be used as an anklet. That's the beauty of using these sliders, right? And so one thing's for sure, the focal is our drops. Yeah. So with those, I'm gonna pop them on, and you see, oh gosh, look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I think I want a little pop of silver in this. So I am gonna, I think, bead cap on the two sides of these drops. So we'll pop that one on, and we'll pop that one on. And then in between them, I was trying to decide, do I want bumpy spacers or spinel? But then I was like, oh, the spinel would be really good with those, right? So I think I'm gonna go with the bumpy spacers. Or let's try something. I could go with a seed bead, a bumpy spacer, and a seed bead. Let's do that on this side. No, I think that's gonna be too much. I don't want them spaced that much. It looks cute, but I don't want them spaced that much. Nope, that's not gonna work out. So we will do just a bumpy spacer. Okay, so we'll do that on both of these sides, just to give that pop right there next to the silver. I think that's great, right? And the flash that's in these. And then we're gonna jump right back in, and we'll do one of the other drops. So cute. No hole. Okay, then we'll put a spacer next to him. Then we'll come back in with another bead cap. And our beautiful drop bead. That is just something. Then we'll do bead cap and dotted spacer. Okay, so that's what our focal is going to look like. I want this to be simple. I do not want it to be too complex. I don't want too much going on. What I'm thinking is just simply doing one of our pink faceted beads with a spinel in the middle of the other one. Like that. So flashy and pretty. Love it. Love, love, love that. So let's pop on the other side. So we will go these, a spinel, one of these. And then I think I want to pull in these guys. The question is, do I want to bead cap them, or do I want to use one of these? I think I want to bead cap. No, no, I don't. Nope, I want one of these. I want one of these. Pop him on. Another one after. Nice. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll just come right back in with the pink, black, pink. Very nice. Okay, so we'll do hematite. And rice bead. And hematite. And then pink, black, pink. And this is so small, it would be hard if I bead bugged it to keep a hold of it anyway. So I figure I'll just hold on to it. I'll just hold on to him. There it is. And I think I want one of our hematite at the end of both of those, just to give that ending flash. And that is all we're gonna have for our focal. But ooh, do we need more? I say not. That is amazing. I love that. Okay, so let's close him off. So now I'll bring in that bead bug for sure. Okay, and we'll come over here on this side. And I do have the gunmetal colored clamshell connector. So we'll pop that on there. We'll give a crimp. Come in here. Make sure there's some sticking out. Close it all the way. Ooh, I just got a notification. I'm at 10% on my phone. Boy, I've been doing that a lot lately. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. A lot of work, a lot of play. Close him off. So he'll just be a little video guy there. But then this has so much movement and options. So we'll take that off. Put that clamshell on. Then we'll bring that all the way down. Now, I want there to be some movement in this. I don't want it to be stick straight at all. Okay, but I also don't want it to have too much movement or have spacing. So I'm gonna come in here and just get my grip, right? So it's folded up in my hand. I'm just getting my grip, and then I'm pulling up on the wire as I squeeze. Oh, and I didn't hardly have him, so let me grab him again. And just to make sure we're good, pull up on the wire and squeeze. Then I can let him go all together. Make sure this is crimped really well. Or in my case, too well, because that's what I do. Hey though, haven't had one fail. No, no, no. Okay, oh, and he's too tight. Oh my, oh my, oh my, how did I do that? Okay, so he has been redone. Poor little guy. I had him all sorts of wonky. So I went ahead and got out some gunmetal jump rings as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on one of these jump rings on each end, just so that we have that covered. Then we'll put together maybe a couple little dangles. We'll just connect it all up. We'll connect it all up. Again, this isn't a hard piece. You just have to like not over tighten the wire. Oh, no, it's just fine. It happens. Trust me, it's not the first time I've done that. But I can also start to tell I'm getting a little tired. So it is good that I'm stopping at this one, even though I have a couple other ideas that's really, really good. I don't want this to be a 3-hour long video, but I would like it to be informative and helpful, even if it's learning from my mistakes that I'm doing. Hey, it's all part of the process. Part of the process. Make sure he's closed up really good. Woohoo. Okay. Love him. Love it. Okay, so on these, let's see. Here's what I was thinking about for our little angels. So if I popped on the bottom one of our little bicones, and then I did little wings, and then I used one of our crystal rondelles. So cute, right? And then I was kind of looking at this too, like little hat, but hold on. Little crown. Look at the crown. I like the crown. Okay, I'll do this one with the crown. Yeah, I'll do this one with the crown. And then to cover that up on the inside, I'm going to grab one of my little hematite. Oh, will it fit on there? Maybe not, maybe not. Let's see. Maybe I'll put one of these if it'll... Yeah, there you go. So cute. Okay, so let's get this guy closed up. Okay, not too tight. I don't want him to not be able to move. Oh, there he goes. He's okay. Okay, I'll trim him up. Grab my round nose, and we will, woohoo, roll him up, or her up. Oh, how cute is that? Super cute, super cute. Okay, so then on the other one, I still want to do the same for the body. So I'll come in here and I'll pop on one of the bicones. We'll put on these wings and then one of the crystal rondelles for her little head. Very cute. And then for this one, let's use one of these other hematite, or one of these other gunmetal daisy spacers. Little angel. Super cute. And then we'll close that one off. I'll roll them up. Super cute. Oh, they are both so cute, so cute. I'm wondering if that charm's going to be too big. I think it is. I don't think I'm going to use it. And I don't think I'm going to mess with this tonight. But what I was thinking is something along the lines of, oh, let's just mess with it. Okay, so something like this, actually, hold on, this, or even without this. Let's find one of our little crystals. Thought I got enough out. I did not. I did not. And then this. And then that's where I was thinking about the crown. Right, so now you have a guy too. Okay, now I've got to roll it up. Oh my, I shouldn't have even. That's so cool. He's a little king. Oh. So we have a king and a queen and an angel. Cute. Cute, cute. That was fun. Great way to end this bracelet bash moment. Okay, take these out. And we will roll this one up now. Teeny tiny. So cute. So cute. Okay. 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 Like it. Oh, but I did want to do this heart because I think that'll be really cute. And I think I want to do the heart on a ball. So actually, no, I don't. I'm going to keep them the same. I'm going to put the heart right on here. I was thinking about putting this above the heart. But what I was thinking about is in between, or I could do it vice versa. Right, I could put this on and get a little hematite here. Like that. Just cute. It's cute. I think I will. I think I'll do that. And then I think we'll be done. Do I want anything on top of it? Gonna set down that groove of the heart. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll close her up. Looks like that. It's rubbing off. That's no fun, but that's real cute. Okay, so we're gonna go that route. Let's connect them. I'm gonna omit the arrow, I'm pretty sure. Looks like these are already open, so I still want to make sure that we are good and closed here. And I may do another jump ring actually on here to put our little dangles onto, so that way we have a clear path connection here, clear path connection to the other one, and then the dangles in the middle. Okay, so he's good and closed. That's good. So we'll come to this other side. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's give it another little wiggle wiggle. That's good. So now let's check these guys. Let's get them good and closed up. Oh, they're nice and strong. I like that. Okay. So he's closed. I don't want to break that. There he goes. Now he's closed. I just had to wiggle him a little bit more. Okay, so they are good. And then on the in-between here of those two connections, I will put on our little guys. And I think the way I want them to go, let me make sure these are closed all the way. Good. Good. Not good. Oof. They are strong little boogers, though. I'll tell you, I'll give them that. Oh. There he goes. Ooh, doggies. And then this one. Yeah, look at my finger. Yeah, they're rubbing off. I need to remember where I got those and put them aside and put a little note on them so that I know not to use them. Not when I'm giving it to someone else. No, no, no. Not when it's for someone else. Okay. So do we want, let's see. I may want them hanging on their own little jump ring just so that they are more fluid and they're not just stuck up there at the top. Right? So I'm going to do the king and queen together. Okay, so here we go. And here she is. So them together. That is so cute, right? Oh, love it. Okay, I'll close him up really good. Okay, and then we will connect that side. So from here, I'm going to grab this, pop this on. Drop it. And then I'm going to come in here and connect one of our sides. Let's try it this way. I'm a little shaky. I need food. And I'm tired. I am, but here we go, here we go. You're still on there, yay! There he goes. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh, now I'm losing my grip. Amy needs to give up on recording if she's tired and just wait till the next morning. But tomorrow morning is going to be busy. It's going to be a very, very busy Monday, and it's only a 4-day week, and so I don't know if I'm going to get anything done other than making sure I get some rest and working. Okay. Stay on there. Yay! So here's one side. Now for the final side. We're going to do our little angel and our heart. Oh, I need one of these guys. For our angel and our heart. Angel, heart. Super cute. So that'll connect on there. Close them up really well. Okay. And then that way it gives a little bit of the weight difference. Then we'll just grab this and hook him on. Okay. I want to check that jump ring I just closed. It looks like it's not as good as I thought it was. This one is definitely good. It's this one. Okay. And we have the slider on this one. So, zoop. How cute is that? How cute is that? Oh, actually, let me put it on. Let's see it just real quick. And then we will call it a night. Okay, so I usually hold on like this, soup it up. So they just kind of hang there on the side. So cute. So cute. Love it. Love it, love it. My friends, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being patient with me, for hanging in there while we got this done. And I hope that you were able to draw something from this today. I hope you liked the pieces that I made. If you do like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Truly appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you guys. And until we meet back here on this bead mat, I hope today's been a great day for you. I hope the rest of the night's going to be great for you. And I hope tomorrow is great for you too. Bye-bye, my friends.